It's the Weather Xtreme video. This is for Monday, March 2nd, which means we are into meteorological spring and the tornado season. It's a busy time of the year and a busy week, a wild roller coaster ride, potential for a high-impact winter storm before the week is over. So let's just dive in there and talk about it. We'll start with the water vapor satellite view this morning. This is the big picture, if you will. We've got a pretty good trough coming into the southwest United States, and that will be wreaking havoc around here later in the week. For now, it's mostly a zonal flow, but we go high amplitude later, and that's going to pull cold air back down in here Wednesday. But tomorrow, we could see 70s in here. Thought we checked the radar early this morning. This was at 4:59. And at that point, we had rain, showers, light to moderate over mainly the western and central part of the state. We'll forecast occasional showers today. It's not going to rain all day, but it could rain at any time today and tonight. Starting off the day mostly in the upper 40s and low 50s. Birmingham 52 at daybreak. Temperatures will likely stay in the 50s today, but tomorrow we soar into the 70s. Spring fever will be breaking out, and people think we are lunatics for forecasting ice problems on Wednesday night. Around the nation, you can see cold air lurking to the north. Again, temperatures are hovering around zero on the Canadian border, and that'll be pulled south in a big way later this week. Dense fog advisories this morning for parts of central and south Alabama, as visibilities are quite restricted. And it looks like the Weather Service offices in Memphis and Little Rock have pulled the trigger on a winter storm watch for their territory, and winter storm watches will likely be issued for a pretty good chunk of north and maybe even parts of central Alabama later today. And this is for the event Wednesday night and Thursday morning. All right, this is the overall rain for the next 5 days, valid through Saturday morning. Bullseye is over Kentucky, 4.6 inches, and of course the problem is a lot of this is going to come down in colder air. Here's a look at the freezing rain probabilities from 6 o'clock tomorrow morning until 6 o'clock Thursday morning. And those bright blue shades over North Alabama, that's 70%. And again, the gradient is fairly tight over the central part of the state. Of course, we'll dive into this, but clearly this is the biggest issue, is the chance of icing, freezing rain, sleet problems Wednesday night into Thursday morning. And let's not forget, when you got a big thermal contrast like this, you have to wonder about severe weather. The good news, we don't have any organized severe storms expected. This is the day one outlook from the guys at SPC, and this is day two tomorrow. Despite the fact that it's going to be pretty warm, no organized severe storms are expected, and that should not be a big part of this issue here. So let's go in there and take a look. This is the GFS, the 06Z run, valid today at noon. Got a warm ridge over the Gulf kind of nosing in here. The heights are above average. Got a big trough in the southwest United States. And again, for us, we've got a surface boundary north of us, and we'll expect a cloudy day with occasional rain showers. Temperatures probably going nowhere. We'll just kind of sit in the 50s all day today. Now, this is tomorrow. A deep surface low is located just west of Milwaukee. And we are obviously in the warm sector, but the main dynamic support is way, way north of here. And that's the reason we don't expect any severe weather. And I'm not convinced it rains a lot tomorrow. A warm front will be pushing northward during the day, and there could be some rain with that front. No doubt there's the chance of some rain or a shower, but look at the NAM, the high-res NAM tomorrow at 3, basically showing nothing. And hey, we're going to be warm. The NAM is printing a high of 76 in Birmingham. And down in South Alabama, they should do low 80s. Montgomery and places like that. I mean, people are going to they're going to have a case of the spring fever tomorrow. And again, I really think a pretty good chunk of the day will be dry, and the sun might even peek out at times. But don't get used to it, because Wednesday, the Arctic front begins to push south. Got a 1034 high over the Dakotas, and you see a really nasty-looking winter problem. For Dallas, Fort Worth, Little Rock, and Memphis. This is during the day Wednesday, if you're traveling in that direction, of freezing rain, sleet, maybe some snow, but mostly freezing rain and sleet. And the freeze line should be near the northwestern corner of the state. The thermal contrast is going to be pretty remarkable. Here's a look at temperatures Wednesday at 12 noon. All right, so This is why you don't want to look at a phone app to get your temperature forecast. And the cold front's going to push steadily south. So for many places, temperatures will start to fall Wednesday. Muscle Shoals at 40, Montgomery at 76. They could be approaching 80 here. You might have a 40-degree swing. And then by 6 o'clock, the front is on down past Birmingham. And so at some point during the day Wednesday, temperatures will start to drop, and the high will depend on where you are. Muscle Shoals, 26. Montgomery, 68. Wow. 42 degrees on either side of that front. So, again, we're just going to forecast the high reaching probably mid to late morning, and then we start to fall Wednesday afternoon. And we go into very cold air Wednesday night. All right, this is Wednesday night at midnight. That's just nasty looking. The freeze line is the red line. And it's got it along Interstate 59, Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, Gadsden. And north of that line, you've got freezing rain and sleet. This is Thursday morning at 6 o'clock. The freeze line is, again, the red line is from near Sweetwater to Verbena to Ashland to Lake Wedowee. And again, north of that, just this nasty winter weather mix of freezing rain, sleet, and then a change over to snow up in the Tennessee Valley. This thing will probably tail off with snow on Thursday, but we don't expect a lot of snow. And then this is Thursday at noon. The event is winding down. But this is a big 12-hour window, midnight Wednesday night until noon Thursday, with a chance of freezing or frozen precipitation in through here. Quickly, here's a comp coming off the European. This is valid Thursday morning at 6 o'clock, and it's in pretty good agreement. It's got the freeze line below Interstate 59, and just a lot of freezing rain and sleet falling over North Alabama. This is a forecast sounding for Birmingham at 6 o'clock Thursday morning, and again, that's just nasty. You can see down at the surface, you're below freezing, and there's a warm nose up there between 850 and 700 millibars. That's between 5,000 and 10,000 feet, where it's well above freezing. It's a very warm nose up there, so it's just going to come down as rain, liquid rain, but the surface, you're below 32, and that, of course, coats stuff with ice. This is coming off Buffkit, the chance of freezing rain accumulation. These numbers are much lower than other runs we've seen. Now the model average is down to about 0.8 of an inch, but this could ramp up again. And so the bottom line is there's great concern for icing here. Enough ice in trees and power lines, maybe for power outages. And understand we're still, a few days out from this thing. This could be anything from a minor nuisance to a crippling ice storm. That's the range of possibilities here. The truth will probably fall somewhere in the middle. But again, there is great concern over travel impact and power service impact with this thing Wednesday night and Thursday morning. And keep in mind, we're going to have a wind blowing of 10 to 20 out of the north, and that will help to knock down tree limbs and other things. And there will be some snow here. Look at this. This is the GFS snow accumulation projection. In the deeper cold air, you'll have snow. And this is printing 7 inches for Cullman. Are you kidding me? Huntsville, Muscle Shoals, Decatur. Again, that's, deeper in the cold air. But if you are from Cullman North, be aware that idea is on the table. But again, our concern is mostly the ice accumulation and the freezing rain at this point. It's a little too early to be drawing forecast graphics. We'll do that later today. But just be aware there is potential for a high-impact winter storm for Alabama Wednesday night into Thursday morning that could greatly affect travel, commerce, and everything else during that time, and power as well. All right, enough of that. Friday, we're out of it. We are dry. The sun should be back. We start the day Friday morning down in the teens, and where there's snow, we could see temperatures maybe even in single digits over North Alabama. But then we warm up in the 40s. And then this is Saturday as the weekend begins. Looks pretty nice. Sunny with a high in the 50s. That'll feel good. And Sunday, sunny with a high in the upper 50s. So the weekend should feature a good supply of sunshine with a slow warming trend. Monday of next week, we've still got troughing over the east, but really no cold air translating down in here. Monday, again, high would be in the upper 50s if this is right. Temperatures coming off the ensembles. The good news At least for now, it looks like just maybe this cold air coming in later this week will be the last in the series as highs go back in the 60s, maybe around 70 through mid-March. Understand, we always have late season cold snaps in late March and April. We know that, but those numbers sure look pretty good after the cold snap later this week. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video today. We'll have notes in the blog. Next video here by 4 o'clock this afternoon. If you can't catch us this evening on the live stream or the television side, ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and God bless.